Claire Newell joins us now. And Claire, before we get into the housekeeping stories, we want to know your perspective on this tainted alcohol situation in Mexico.
The story's everywhere right now, and it's not the first time that I've heard of stories of tainted or, marked alcohol. So I've heard about it in different countries. It's not just Mexico. Do I think that we should have a blanket, don't go to Mexico, and people should be really concerned if they have a vacation on the books? There's 11 million tourists that visit Mexico every year, and these cases have been very, very rare. I don't want to downplay this one, but your health is going to be your responsibility. And so in that, I would suggest, in the story that ran earlier, there were some really good points. If you can, have it out of a can that you crack yourself. Right. But you should go to the government's website, no matter where you're going, to check if there are warnings or advisories, and that would be travel.gc.ca. I know I say that almost every segment I do. But yeah, and just take the responsibility. You need to make sure that you have health insurance. If you start to feel sick for any reason, seek out medical advice, and make sure that you don't leave your drinks unattended, because
no matter where you are.
No matter where you are, and that would be across the board.
Exactly. Because in Mexico, that's bad for business. They don't want this at all, right?
No, of course not. And the Iberostar chain is a really high-end. They don't want that either. One of the other things I wanted to talk about today, we've often done stories on what pilots want you to know, and it's safe. Their safety records. We've talked a little bit about other parts of the industry. Hotels have a huge army of people in their housekeeping staff, and often their life is made really difficult. Can you imagine some of the messes they see? Anyway, I know with my kids it was hard enough with Cheerios on the floor. And
I did that when I was a kid for a little while one summer. It's a back-breaking, sweaty, hard job.
So some things that I'll just quickly go through the list, because I know we don't have as much time because we touched on Mexico, but don't leave your garbage out in the hallway. It makes them look bad, especially if you have any trays that you had room service. Just call. And they will come and take it away. Don't leave it outside. The other thing is, don't make your bed on checkout day. And you know what? I'm notorious for this. I always make it up. And then, and then they said, don't do that. If you want to help, strip the sheets, stick it in the corner. Otherwise, just leave it, because they have to undo it anyway. Don't leave your suitcase on the floor. Really hard to clean around. Use the luggage rack, or better yet, leave it in the closet. Don't leave the do not disturb sign on the day you're leaving.
No.
On the outside. It just adds to their time. They've got to figure out, are you there? Are you not? Call down.
They got to call down.
Check. It just adds to their list of things to do. Try not to leave a humongous mess at the end of your stay. And by that, all they really, when I kind of dug down in the questioning, what do you really mean? They said, put your stuff that's garbage in the garbage can.
Oh, really?
People sometimes don't do that. Recycling, maybe in the recycling bin if there's one.
Like a grown-up.
Yeah, maybe towels that are used in the bathtub. And then the other thing is, don't forget to tip. I was shocked at this. Only 15% of people tip housekeeping.
I think sometimes you forget.
You forget.
You should
I know.
At least, it actually makes sense. If you're going to tip your first night, so they know this is a room you want to clean well.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And then you may, if you forget and you're in a hurry to leave, you forget. At least you got them early.
The other thing I tend to do is I don't use housekeeping. If I'm there for a week, I only use it maybe once in that week.
Leave your do not disturb on,
and I mean, no one cleans my room at home every day, so I don't tend to need it at a hotel.
Oh,
you're
so
a
neat and tidy,
really good hotel guest.
Well,
wow.
I'm trying.
I have some really good deals to share. The first one is a bit close